We got our first look at the final boss, The Rock, and his full entrance in the game.
Look at this, it's perfect!
It does look perfect, doesn't it, Rock? So let's take a look at this. Plus, we got a lot more stuff we got to talk about as 2K25 is about to be revealed to everybody. 2K25 has given us the full final boss, The Rock entrance motion that came from WrestleMania 40, complete with his full Night 2 attire, and he's holding the People's Championship. This is a long entrance. This is long. This is not... There ain't no quickie here. So I love that they did everything. They did the full motion capture. They got the fire there for the Brahma Bull. I mean, they really went all out, I think, capturing this and making it just, it's a 10 out of 10.
The Rock's got your attention now, doesn't he?
It'll be funny though, putting like other superstars with this. Like I'll put Akira Tozawa with The Rock's entrance motion. There you go. For me, here's the big win for me. I just love The Rock's theme song. I love Hollywood Rock theme, that specifically. So that for me is like the biggest win out of this whole thing we see. So we have things like Rock's updated tattoo, updated motion capture, everything is in there. The model looks solid. We got zero complaints about it until we get our hands on with it, obviously. Then we can really dissect and go, nitpicky on it. It does lead me to think that we might get multiple entrances for The Rock. Now we have had different entrance motions like title entrances, standard entrances, and those motions in the games in the past. I get the impression that they would have multiple versions of Rock's entrance. To me, this is Rock final boss championship motion entrance, the big one that they wanted to highlight, right? Because he's holding the People's Championship. I do wonder if they give us a regular final boss entrance where he doesn't have the title. What does that look like? Because this, the whole beginning, it's long.
You pieces of
like it's great. It's all great. I'm just saying it's extremely long. And when The Rock comes out, maybe without the People's Championship, you don't have the extremely long build to it. Maybe it will be cut down a little shorter. And I wonder how the motion would look any different. Would they take something from one of his entrances from SmackDown where he didn't have the People's Championship and he just simply walked out? So I'd like to see what that looks like, but this is the big one. This is Big Daddy. Now, speaking of the People's Championship, yes, Rock does have People's Championship right here. So I gotta suspect that this is going to be in the game and maybe an unlockable through the Bloodline Showcase mode. The other thing to note about this is that when Rock is getting up to the turnbuckle, you can see the SmackDown arena. So we are getting the latest SmackDown arena with the latest logos of what we had for 2024 to 25 when WWE moved SmackDown over to the USA Network, and they went for a refresh of the SmackDown logo and all of that. Now, if you rewatch the entrance yourself, I can't play it here because it's copyright land, but it does seem like the crowd, maybe they've adjusted crowd noise a little bit to make it pop a little bit more. This has been my complaint with the previous games. I mean, forever audio is always something that I care about when I'm playing these WWE games, and I like them to kind of nail it. In terms of like, you've got a giant superstar like The Rock or Cena or Roman Reigns, you want that giant roar of the crowd and not just the woo, go get 'em, all right, yeah, like the little chirpy crowd noises. You want to hear that full arena sound when they do come out. Likewise, when they're a heel and you want the crowd to boo them, you really want to hear more dominant boos depending on like how big of a superstar they are. So to me, it sounds like they've tweaked it a little bit, but once the game comes out and we can get our hands on it, then, we'll test it out ourselves. Little details to note in this entrance too. You can see the Prime bottle and the Prime station sitting right there. So when they had the initial trailer, you saw the Prime logo on the mat for the WrestleMania 40 arena. So they have that there. That's in the game. Then they also have the Prime hydration station, which is a kind of a neat touch. And I wonder if I can go over and grab Prime bottles or I can throw my opponent into the station. And just like when we had the initial reveal trailer, you can see here, we still have the 3-man booth for commentary. This is probably my one gripe with this whole game and the franchise. I don't know why we cannot move on to a 2-man booth like it is on TV. I know that WWE changes announce teams like every 3 months, it feels like, where they just swap people from brand to brand. So I know that is probably a nightmare because you can't keep up with what they're doing. But Byron Saxton has not been on WWE commentary for years. Just get rid of him and make it Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Even that is out of date now, but you're not going to get Pat recording lines. I understand. Just move, man, just 2-man booth, brother. Like, that's all I'm asking for. I just want the authenticity and what is accurate for WWE TV. And for the longest time, Cole and Graves would do all of the major PLEs together. It's got to have something to do with just how the game is built and designed, where it's like, hey, it's way more work to rip Byron out of there and make it a two-man booth, that and may probably have to re-record a lot of dialogue to get it to work properly. That's my guess, but I don't like see it. It reminds me, it makes me feel like the game is outdated just with the commentary. Now with other news, we are going to be getting the reveals from WWE 2K creators. It's been teased online. A lot of people were able to go out and they were able to test and play the game early. The rumblings online is that it's a limited build, meaning that they didn't get full access to everything, but stay tuned to a lot of your favorite creators in the community because they'll be able to showcase a lot of stuff. My guess is entrances and a couple of the matches. If it's an early build, that typically is going to mean that, hey, it's limited access, it's not every single match. Maybe they want to show off a little bit of the showcase, maybe they want to show off one of the new match types and a couple of superstars that they can pick from. That is the total guess here, but again, check out the internet and check out all your favorite creators on YouTube and drop them likes and subscribes. Now, a couple of other things that have been going on with 2K. Here's something that I miss. I apologize to you, ladies and gentlemen, for many things, but one thing I will apologize for is that we are getting a WWE 2K game on Netflix. There was a commercial that ran for this, and it is just whoops, like no one's talking about that. We're getting a Netflix game version of 2K. Don't know what this is. Haven't heard 2K even talk about it. It's a Netflix thing. I don't know if we are going to be getting the 2K25 experience, but shrunken down to mobile, essentially, because it's going to be on all the games, like game category of Netflix. I don't know if it's a dumbed down version where they're like, here's 10 superstars and a match type and this, or is it the full blown thing? It cannot be the full blown game. It's Netflix. Like, it can't handle that. So I don't know what kind of experience we're going to get there, but I guess stay tuned. Hey, stay tuned here. How about that? You hang out with Matt a little bit more and we'll go and figure this thing out. So once the game comes out, I'm sure we'll get more information, but I'd love to know what this is about and what kind of experience players will get, because we haven't had basically a mobile experience of WWE 2K, right? And we don't get them on Switch. That ain't happening never. So I'm just curious what this will actually look like. It's not a card game. It's sounding like it's going to be a full-fledged game in some regard. So I'd love to know what the heck's going on with that. Now, moving forward with some other news, not so great news, but we got to dissect this thing and I'd love to know your thoughts. Community creations. 2K25 is in an interesting situation when it comes to the community and cause and what you're able to do and not able to do going into this game. This is not confirmed. I'll reiterate, this is not confirmed by 2K. They haven't put out any press release. There's no official statement, but there is a lot of rumblings and a lot of words going around on the internet and in the community regarding the limitation community creations is going to have. So the first thing we'll talk about is the island. So the island is the brand new mode that is coming to 2K25, and the island is going to be available on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X for those players. PC players do not get access to the island. It's not going to be made available. So we already knew that if you've been following things in the news and all of that. The rumor is that PC and PS4 and Xbox One players will all have their own community creation suite locked together. They will be able to upload and download creations within their bubble, and PS5 and Series X owners share their own bubble and their own world of community creations. So where we have had for the last couple of years is PC players have been able to upload creations, and a person on a PS4 or PS5 or Xbox One or Xbox Series X, they have all been able to upload and download and share with each other. The big piece being PC players being able to upload things and other people on consoles being able to download them. This is not going to be the case across the board anymore. Again, according to the rumors and out there, we gotta make sure that we take it with this grain of salt, throw it out there because we don't know officially. So if you own a PlayStation 5, you cannot get the community creations that are uploaded to PS4, Xbox One, or PC, according to all the rumors out there. The rumor and the word in the bushes is that the island is the reason behind this, in that they are saying, the developers are saying that the island is built for current gen or next gen architecture or those consoles. Could it work on PC? I don't see why not, but it's not happening, and it's only going to be on the current crop of consoles. And the community creation system is now going to be split. Now, one of the big things that comes out of this is what we see in the community, where people are able to mod and upload things from PC and then they're made available for someone on their PS5, for example, to be able to download that. So in the past, it could be my faction characters. It could be just superstars with different tattoos, or like The Rock, when he got his updated tattoo, you would see a bunch of different creators being able to slap on those tattoos, mod it a little bit, the character, and then upload it so that everyone has access to it. This does divide things and divide the communities, and that's never good. A lot of people in the creation community are going to say that this is a bad move, that it's not going to move the systems forward, that's not going to move the platforms forward. One of the great things about these creators in the community that spend so much time on cause and that spend time modding things and putting them into the game is they're giving players a lot of the superstars and things that players want in the video game to begin with. They end up enjoying it more, and they're able to kind of keep the game up to date. Because after a couple of months, what we've seen in the past is that it starts to feel a little out of date. Superstars are not updated, whether they have, a different hairstyle or different facial hair or whatever the case may be. Creators have been able to go in there and be able to update those things and then provide it to everybody. And that's always been the big plus. So you're effectively doing this big brand split across all of the platforms. We'll have to see what happens, and if it comes out and it is the case where it's not going to be shared anymore, hopefully we find out why and what the real reason is behind it. But that's at least what's been going on online in the community, and then what's being speculated on. More reveals are coming up, and that Rock entrance is fantastic.
Look at you now!
More reveals are coming up, and so what'd you think of the Rock? What do you think of the final boss entrance? I love it. I think it's great. I have no qualms about it. I want to see more, but we'll get more in like tomorrow or something. So guys, if you want to talk more 2K25, do me a favor, hit this video right here, because we're talking about every single version, every edition of 2K25, what you get, and help clarify what the heck is in this version and that version and what you're going to get. So click this one. It's the ultimate guide to everything in 2K25. Have a great day. See ya.